Good morning, everyone. Sorry about that. Woo. Today, good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Scarborough here, speaking to you from the wobbly Scenes of Transformation Healing Center. It is the 10th of March already. And it is is it Friday today? Oh my God, forgive me, everyone. Yes, it's Friday. The moon starts the day in Libra, does shift into Scorpio at 7, I believe it's 7:07 p.m. on the east coast of the U.S. or thereabouts. Oh yeah, 7:07. I wrote it down. Of course, we're still working for most of the day with that Libra moon. It makes an early morning opposition to Venus. Most of us, I was sleeping. I shouldn't say most of us, I would imagine. But I was definitely sleeping at that time. And we also have a trine to Mars today. Mars, of course, in Gemini, moving forward. That's actually pretty good with the moon and Mars in alignment like that. The trines are a flowing energy. Mars, of course, in Gemini. The moon in Libra. It is a self-expressive trine. So we definitely have something to say today, and I think it's kind of about coming to some sort of consensus or even some sort of decision, or certainly terms. I feel like terms are coming up now. Terms in how you're going to move forward in a situation, whatever that situation may be. We also have an interesting semi-sextile. Don't talk about these very often. It's a 30-degree aspect. That means two planets are 30 degrees from each other. That 30-degree aspect can be either at the beginning of a cycle or at the end of a synodic cycle. That, again, the synodic cycle is the relationship between two planets. And we have a semi-sextile between Mercury, the planet of the mind, Jupiter, the other planet of the mind. Mercury generally is the more reasoned side of things, whereas Jupiter is the more intuitive side of things. They are in the semi-sextile together as part of a cycle that actually began last year on the 21st of March, right around the solstice. X that out. Right around the equinox. Right before, actually. I believe it was before we moved into Aries, but the sun moved into Aries, that is. But even if it had or it hadn't, it doesn't quite matter that much. The conjunction of Mercury and Jupiter was at, what do I have here? 19 degrees of Pisces. And so I'm going to read the Sabian symbol. I haven't actually read it yet. I mean, I've read it before, but I haven't read it this morning. So this was this is the symbol that started the conjunction, started the cycle. Now we are at the last 30 degrees of that cycle. Now, before I read the Sabian symbol, I want to mention that this is the time of the cycle when we extract meaning from our experiences. And because Mercury and Jupiter are planets associated with how our mind works, it's sort of like a review of kind of everything we've learned over the last year and everything we've intuited over the last year. And this is the symbol. The conjunction occurred at 19 degrees of Pisces back on the 21st of March last year. It says, a master instructing his disciples. The transfer of power and knowledge which keeps the original spiritual and creative impulse of the cycle active and undeviated. It says here, the key word is investiture. It says, This symbol gives us a clue to the supreme technique necessary for the continuation of all manifestations of power and spiritual understanding. The transmission is from person to person. It follows a general unchanging pattern, yet it operates in terms of particular and individual circumstances. So, and then the keyword investiture, investing in what you know, in what you've intuited, in what information has come through. And right now we're trying to extract meaning from that. And that's going to go on until the 28th of March. That's when we have the next conjunction between Jupiter and Mercury. And incidentally, that conjunction is at 19 degrees of Aries, because now Jupiter is in Aries, right? So let's see what that says, because I haven't looked. 19 degrees of Aries, the magic carpet of Oriental imagery, the use of creative imagination, a way of life refusing a hectic involvement in social competition and waste-producing overproduction, allows for the development of unattached and transcendent understanding. The static floor carpet on which man's feet, a symbol of understanding, rest, can become transformed into the means of great flight of imagination and a superphysical perception. The period of rest from outward directed activity, bound to collective normality, presents the creative mind with the possibility of surveying in dreams the totality of the present day social situation, thus to see whole. Possibility of developing a new technique of perception, a strife transcending an unattached outlook upon everyday reality. So there's some suspension of belief here that's coming. But until we get there, that's the next cycle. We have to figure out what the last cycle was about. And that is symbolized in that first 19 degrees of Pisces that I mentioned, which has, of course, already escaped my mind till I see it again. Oh, yes. The master instructing his disciples, or her disciples. So, we are about to embark on a phantasmagorical journey together, guys. Life is about to shift and change in ways we couldn't have imagined a short time ago. But we're doing it together, and we're creating really a new world based on our understanding. It happens to each individual. You apply yourself to your own life, and it creates the social fabric that we would prefer to live in, I think. Hopefully, people are listening and understanding this, even if they're not listening and understanding me. All right, guys, have yourself a wonderful day. I got some bird seed up. Should get some pretty nice birdie pictures. I had a lovely day yesterday with my friend Jackie. We went all around Cambridge. I love Cambridge. And had some delicious food, some great conversation, and quite a few laughs. Didn't really get me out of getting in trouble. Sometimes I say things that... Oh, God. Anyway, love to you all. Much love, everyone. And I will see you again in the morn. In the morn. I'm going to try to get some readings done today, now that I'm home for the day. Well, I think I am anyway. And I'll talk to you later. I love you guys. Take care. Namaste.